Okay, hi everyone. We're back and we're going to be talking about grooming now and how you can make the bond in grooming and with your dog and get your dog ready for a show. So, like I said, you'll have to look at the dog you have, the breed of dog, and the individual. So, every shampoo works differently, every conditioner works differently. A lot of dogs blow their coat around summertime, so maybe making sure that you're bathing them with a moisture shampoo, a moisture conditioner to take out all of the hair but to still keep the coat shiny is an important thing. If you have a poodle coat, you might use a completely different kind of shampoo just to make it look nice and fluffy. Regardless, bathing and grooming your dog right before the show is important, and even a few weeks before the show, or every week if you can. So what I mean by that is doing everything. So by starting with the nails. So if you can see here, he just had his nails done a few days ago, so it's right up to the quick. So there's always two options. There's always a nail clipper. This is called a guillotine one because it cuts. You can also use the, I don't even know the name of it, but it cuts it down. And always keeping quick stop or some kind of stopper. I've heard salt uses or works well. Using salt works well. And then for the case of him, for the case of Wally, I have an actual Dremel that's adjustable. It's I got it at Home Depot, and it's designed to just sand down rocks, so it works well for nails. And he's so well used to it that it doesn't seem to really bother him. The second part is, what are you going to do in between? So if you don't have time to bathe and dry your dog, even combing through their coat once a day or every few days will be good. If you have access to like different hair products and leave-in conditioners, you can try using that just to work in with the coat, and then when you do bathe your dog, rinse it all out and use a nice shampoo. There's that. And there's also just using different sprays, finishing sprays. So this is Pure Paws H2O. I spray some in, so like this. And I might comb it through him. Even rubbing it through, it makes his coat shinier, makes it look well conditioned and well seasoned. Then with the shampoos, after you're done shampooing, towel drying them depending on your coat. So if it's like a short coated breed, to use an actual towel would be fine, and letting them kind of dry off in the crate or in the sun depending on the day. And if you have access to a dryer and a grooming table, or even just a dryer, using it. Good boy. And this is an adjustable one, he's so used to it. And I'm going to talk to you guys about grooming tools and what you might need for your dog. So beyond what I was talking about before with your nail clippers and your grinders and your dryers and your table, you're going to need to look at what kind of breed of dog you have, what its coat type is, and maybe some helpful tools. So right here is my tack box. It's nice and sparkly. It's actually a gift to me. And I have my finishing sprays, but beyond that, I do have grooming shears, as in scissors. So I have a curved one, I have my straight, I have my thinning shears. Yes, I know you'll want to be trimmed. I have my Mars Coat King, so what this acts like is an actual blade where it gets the undercoat. It's probably, if you guys know what a furminator is, where it takes out all the coat on a short coat, it's kind of like this, but for a long coated breed of dog or a double coated breed of dog. You can, so this is a coarse, it's a double coarse, so it takes out a lot of coat at once, but it doesn't do the fine details. This is a medium where it takes out a moderate amount of coat, and this one I use around the head. This is a fine, so it gets the details, it gets the dog to where it needs to look nice and pretty. So then if you have a dog like a beagle, this is called a stripping knife, and it works similar to a furminator. So it just, you take it on the feet and on the body and just go to town and using that to take out the coat, and you'll notice the difference within what a coat should be and what a coat shouldn't be. So if your dog has a shiny coat kind of like this right here, nice and healthy, it has a nice luster to it, hair doesn't come out a dullish color or even a bright color, you know that your dog's coat is looking its best. Because on a double coated breed, hair's always going to come out. But if you take the comb on any of your dogs and just go through it, and you get a thick amount of dull gray coat, that means your dog is going to be blowing coat. So at that point you'll want to bathe your dog and take out the coat, just so it's nice and healthy and shiny by the time of the show. Now for hair, so he has fur. Poodles, your Portuguese water dogs, your Bichon Frises, your Coton de Tuileries, they all have what's called hair. So they don't shed, but because of that they have to be clipped out. So they're not going to necessarily have the hair falling out when they're blowing their coat. They're going to instead have hair that continuously grows, but the underpart's going to be a different color because it's not going to be the new hair growth. Think of it as kind of like when you trim a bush, or when you see new growth on a plant, how it's a bright green and then underneath it's a darker green. Think of that for like a poodle. So with that, you might need shears, actual shaving shears, not the thinning shears. So with that, making sure your dog is shiny too is important. So after a bath, putting in some finishing spray. Also too, I do brush my dog's teeth, but I keep this on hand if I have a dog with tartar and teeth cleaning aid. So making sure your dog's teeth are healthy and their gums are nice and full of color but not like inflamed is important. So that kind of goes with the basics for grooming. So with that, I hope you guys have your dogs getting ready for the shows and groom them very nice. Have a nice day.